Today I'm going to show you how to make a turned-in top-stitched hybrid fitted. The first thing you're going to want to do is take your diaper pattern and you're going to want to cut out your first 3 pieces. The outer layer of your hybrid fitted, I have a knit, cotton knit. The hidden layer is going to be fleece, polyester fleece or DWR fleece, and the inner layer is going to be cotton velour. Now the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to take my hidden fleece layer. This is a DWR fleece. I'm going to take this and lay it out. And we're going to line up the outer fabric on top. And once I get everything lined up, then I'm going to take this over to my other table and I'm going to add snaps. This diaper, instead of doing a fold down rise, I'm going to do a snap down rise. Okay, so I've sprayed my basting spray. I've attached the knit to the fleece. It's optional, you don't have to do it, but I prefer to do it so that I don't have to fight with the 2 different layers since they're now stuck together. And now I'm going to mark my diaper. The washable marker, so the writings will wash away in the washing machine. This one's going to be snap down rise, not a fold down rise. So these are the snaps for the snap down. Okay. So now that I have all my markings, now I'm going to decide what color snaps I'm going to use, and then I'm going to snap up the diaper. Okay, I have all my snaps added onto the front of my diaper. And now we're going to take the inner velour and we're going to lay it face down onto the piece with the snaps. I'm going to get it all lined up. I'm going to pin in a couple different places. When I do my serge diapers, I use my basting spray and I just hold it into place. But for this kind of diaper, since we're going to be stitching and then we're going to have to flip it right side in, we don't want to use the spray because it'll make the diaper all sticky. Okay, so now I have my diaper all pinned up and I'm going to go top stitch from here. I started the belly panel, probably leave, I don't know, a good 4-inch or so gap right here. So I'll start here and go all the way around and stop here. Okay, so I've completely stitched all the way around the diaper. I started here, went all the way around, ended here. Now I'm going to flip the diaper right side in. So I flipped my diaper all the way, kind of smushed down the edges a little bit to get it to completely turn right side in. Now I'm going to fold the diaper in half. Then I'm going to take a pin and just barely stick it in there. I'm just trying to mark my middle point. Okay. Then I'm going to take my ruler. I'm going to mark, see, I'm going to go about 2.5 inches down. And then I'm just going to kind of hold that point and then put my ruler here. So that's about 2.5 inches. And then I'm going to mark 1 inch on both sides. So mark 1 inch on that side and about 1 inch on that side. We've got 2 markings, and this is where I'm going to go put my snaps for my soaker that will soak, snap on the inside of the diaper. Okay, so I have my 2 snaps added in the back for my snap-in soaker. Now we're going to make the casings for the elastic. So we're going to start at the back. Now I make my my casings just a little wider than the elastic that I use, and for this particular elastic, the casing should be about 3/4 of an inch. So start here. And try to keep everything lined up. My stopping point is my tag, the other end, which is about right here. I just kind of guesstimate, but you can certainly mark your starting and your stopping point if that makes you more comfortable. Okay, now we're going to go up here to the leg. Now I start up here at the top. I basically put the beginning of the elastic casing right when the diaper starts to turn into the tab. So it's going to be at that middle point of the curve, if that makes sense. So, I'm a little OCD when it comes to my diaper. If it's not flat like I want it to be, then I will be here for a while until it gets how I think it should be. Okay. I'm gonna do this part all the way down. Stopping point is the second set of snaps for the snap down rise. Got the male snaps here. The first set of female snaps right here. That is about, I just kind of estimate, and that's where my stopping point will be for this elastic casing. Now I'm going to do the other leg over here, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, so all 3 elastic casings are complete, and now we're going to add the elastic itself. Now, when I do my diapers, I just estimate on the actual elastic size. But if you download my diaper pattern, it will show you that the back elastic is about 3.5 inches and the leg elastic is 5.5 inches. So you won't have to do any guessing. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the 3.5 inch back elastic, I'm gonna put it on my safety pin, and then feed it through the opening from the front all the way to the back. There are special elastic tools that you can use if you would prefer to use those. I've tried them and I personally didn't care for them. I'd just rather use a nice big old safety pin. Okay, so when you get into your casing, you're going to have to kind of feel where the elastic is so that you don't go too far, because you're going to sew right in line with the end of your casing. So if your end is here, you're going to want the elastic to be overlapped just a little bit so that it doesn't pop out of the casing. So my elastic right now is probably about where I want it. So I'm going to go ahead and tack it down. Forward, backwards, forward, backwards. So my elastic end is about right here. And I sewed right here so that there's no chance that it can pop out when you're all done sewing. Okay. So now to do the other side, basically I just push the elastic all the way into the tab, and then I like to reach in and grab the safety pin. It might be a little difficult to do if you can't see it, but I prefer taking the safety pin out before I sew the next part. And we're going to do the same thing. Make sure you don't let you need to have a finger holding, pinching the elastic somewhere so that it doesn't fall through. And then you're going to try to kind of feel. Let's see, that feels probably about right. And then you have your back elastic. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing for the leg elastics. I'm going to take my elastic, measure, it's about right there, so that's probably about 5.5 inches. Cut 2 of those, and we're going to feed the elastic through the same way we did the back. Okay, we have the elastic put on both legs, we have the elastic in the back. Next step is going to be to top stitch on the belly panel, which is this right here. We're going to top stitch all the way around. We're going to close up the opening, and then we're going to top stitch on both of the tabs. And when I top stitch, I leave maybe about 1/4 inch seam allowance or so. I find that it's easier to make sure that you close the opening all the way when you're just a tad closer to the edge. start getting closer to the opening, you start flattening it and getting it all prepared. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm just a tad bit of a perfectionist, so I try to get it as smooth as possible so that you can't really tell that the opening was here. Normally it would go faster than this, but I'm having an off day today, so it's not doing exactly what I want it to do. Okay. Make sure that it's still lined up on the top and the bottom. Okay. That we've now successfully closed the opening of the diaper. And I try, when I top stitch around, I don't like it when the velour sticks out more than the outer fabric, and I don't like it when it does the other way around, when the outer fabric is tucked under like that. So I try to really get it as even as possible when I'm stitching around, so that they're not, one side's not pulled to the other. Should be even all the way around on both sides. Okay, so now we have the belly panel closed. That looks okay. Now we're going to do the tabs, and then we'll be done with this step and move on to the next. So we have the diaper completely top stitched all the way around the belly panel, all the way around both tabs, and now the next step is adding snaps to the tabs. So we're going to do this. I'm going to add these snaps real quick, and I will show you what the last step is to make your turned and top stitched hybrid fitted. Okay, so the very last thing that we're going to do, we're going to open up the diaper, and we're going to snip off all of the little threads and strings, and on the front and the back. And then we're going to need to add 2 snaps here, or I will add 2 snaps here for the other set of soakers, or the small soaker on the inside of my diaper. And the very final step will be to make your snap-in soakers. So after you're done with that, then you have completely made a turned and top stitched hybrid fitted.